Thinking of buying one of these, the Flextail Zero Pump? Well, stop. Watch this video or you'll waste your money. A lot of hiking YouTube has been waxing lyrical about these, saying things like, you know, must have gadgets, best thing ever. What Tim says is that this is a useless pile of crap. It's landfill technology. It'll end up at the bottom of your gear bag, and you need to watch this video to find out why. As you might have guessed from the intro, yeah, I have opinions about this pump, which I bought with my own money. I didn't get it for free or, you know, get a promo version like a lot of other YouTubers. Flextail's been doing a lot of advertising via hiking YouTube, which I have an issue with because I think reviews should be independent and I always buy everything I review. I think the best way to explain what the problems are is to show rather than tell, and show you what happens if you try and use it. You get this wonderful noise. Ooh. It's actually -1. Sounds like a jet taking off. So there are lots of these rubber adapters that the Flextail comes with. I think this is the right one. I've tried it with both, which fit closest to my light tour mattress and had the same result. So you just kind of slot it onto here. You can put it on the deflate side for a deflation, although we'll get to that in a minute, or the inflation side, and you're supposed to kind of do it up to this line and then press this button twice to switch it on, and it sounds like a miniature aircraft taking off, and once for off, so that means you can't really, unless you accidentally clicked more than twice, which is possible, but you know. Anyway, so we're going to try this with a time lapse. This is the light tour mattress I've just got. Allegedly the 5.8 R value. I will talk more about that in a future video about whether it is or not. It's, you know, I don't want to do much of a spoiler, but you probably guessed it's not as R 5.8 as you would hope. So let's see if we can do a time lapse of this inflating. Now, it's even inflating. It's not good. I think it's inflating now. It's a depressing noise. Should auto stop. So as you can see, it's inflated. You think, oh, but Tim, it inflated it. Yeah, that's not fully inflated. That's not fully inflated at all. And I'll show you. Let's try and blow this up. Because if this is fully full, right, I shouldn't be able to blow any more air into it. Yep. Yeah. So now you can see that's actually what it should be like. This light tour should be inflated like this. The Flextail Zero half inflates your pad, or sort of 2/3 inflates your pad, not fully inflates, and so you still have to breathe into it. So you still have the same problem with warm air inside of it, you know, shrinking at night, which is what I had when I was using it recently. Obviously I'm trying to avoid getting moisture inside of this because I don't want it to get all mouldy. So that was the reason why I joined the Flextail Borg in the first place. and I'm very unhappy about it. I don't think it's fit for purpose. It should blow it up to this or something close to this. I mean, if it was a breath away or 2 breaths away, but I had to put an extra sort of 5, 6, 7, well, I don't know, I'll have to count how much it was in the recording, breaths in there to actually make it actually full. And then that warm air is going to shrink. So you have to do it even more. Which is kind of the whole point of having a pump. It actually pumps it up. Pump it up. But it doesn't. It doesn't pump it up properly. So that's why I think it is a useless piece of crap. I won't even do the deflation test because it doesn't do anything. It's easier just to do this, but and roll it up. You attach it to that, it doesn't actually deflate it at all. It doesn't actually help with any of the deflation. And we can try Therm-a-rest Trail Pro. I was never expecting it to be successful, but it's quite funny how it can't even remotely blow this up, even though we have a nozzle that's supposed to be for this kind of thing, which is this one. And yeah, I know they're supposed to be self-inflating, and self-inflating ones are quite old, and this is the nozzle for that kind of thing, and it does hopefully say pump and the other way around, but we shall see if it actually does anything. Yeah, a little bit. At this point I give up because it's not doing anything. You can see it is not inflated. I know it wasn't really designed for these, so that's kind of what this nozzle is supposed to be for, is these kind of, but it's not ideal for these. But inflated it a bit, but again, part inflated, so not great. The first red flag I had about Flextail was their customer service. I ordered it around initially mid-December, like 12th of December, and then I asked them a few questions a few days before that, and an absolute radio silence. I was like, this is a bit strange, but you know, okay, it's 30 quid, we'll see, you know, we'll go for it, it's a special offer, we'll risk it. And that was with the Indiegogo. It's not a promise to buy it, and you might not get it if you don't cancel by the 20-something. So there must have been a whole load of cancelled orders, because suddenly on the 14th they came out with things saying, oh, we're having trouble meeting supply, and oh, this is when yours will ship. But I wasn't on there, because what happened by then is I'd ordered directly from them with PayPal, thinking, well, that's probably better protected. And in the meantime, they got back to me about my original questions that I'd asked like 4 or 5 days beforehand. It was all like, yes. Then I had to remind them that I'd ordered it in January, because I was like, where is it? You know, initially like, oh yeah, it's coming, it'll be next year. It's like, oh, okay, Christmas. Even though, oh, like, the Christmas is not a thing there. But anyway, you know, okay, fine. And it didn't arrive until after I'd left for my trip, which was very annoying, because I would like to have had it for the trip that I was planning in early January. It arrived a couple of days after I left, and then when I got back I tried it, and then found that it didn't inflate the mattresses properly. And so that's why I think Flextail Zero Pumps are a scam. I don't think they are fit for what they're doing. You know, if you're buying a pump and you're taking with it, which already I'm a little bit about the idea of taking a pump anyway. I think that if you're trying to be ultralight and you're trying to be as light as possible, I can understand the convenience of it. I can understand, you know, and I had a problem with the pump bag, as I mentioned in the previous video. It doesn't work. The pump bag for the light door just simply does not work. I tried blowing it. I blew it with my mouth, and it was like, whoa, this is a lot to blow up, much more than the self-inflated pad. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll give in and get one of the Flextails. I was already like, about the whole pump idea anyway. I think it's a bit like whether you take a chair, which I don't take a chair, is a very contentious issue. But then, with all the red flags about them customer service, and then, you know, having to keep reminding them that I exist and eventually they get it. And I got the version with the rechargeable battery, and it takes quite a long to charge because I'd only used it like 3 or 4 times. It took me about over an hour to charge it back up again, so I'm not really sure about how long this will last. You know, I'm underwhelmed, and I'm thinking of sending it back because I think it doesn't do what it should do, which is blow up a mattress to at least 80-90%. You know, if you've got to blow it up again even more, like it blows it up like half inflated with the Therm-a-rest, and I would say maybe 60%, 70% inflated with the light tour. And I'm sure the cop out will be like, "Oh, we didn't design it for that," but it's like you can't design it for like 3 mattresses. You have to, you know, if you're doing a pump, it's got to work with multiple things, and I think, you know, it should work with something. I mean, especially as, you know, the Light Tour is a Chinese mattress. I would have thought a Chinese pump would work with a Chinese mattress. And that's about the 3rd time I've used it, and I've had the same results, which it just doesn't inflate it to about 70%, you know, 2/3, and then you have to do the rest 1/3 yourself. Maybe that's something that all of those pumps do that no one in any of these videos has told me about. Maybe that's the thing of these, but that's not something that anyone's ever said in any of these videos. And I've watched quite a few videos about this and the other Flextail pumps. So it's very disappointing. And, you know, I expect better for something that's kind of fairly premium price, 30 quid. And that was a reduced price. I think it's supposed to go on full sale for like 40 quid. And that was a Christmas special thing. You know, I don't think it has enough power. It's something like, 2.5 kPa, 0.36 psi. That means nothing to me, but I know it's less than the Flextail Tiny Pump and the Tiny Pump X2. So I think that's the problem, is it's just underpowered for what it is. And, you know, I wasn't so bothered about the light or any of that. So I was like, oh yeah, it's lighter, you know, it doesn't have the light, but it's quite fun to take this out. The machining on this is quite strange. There's the battery, and you can see the USB-C port somewhere at the top. There we are. That's quite, and it weirdly goes upside down. But yeah, when you try and put it back on again, it's like you quite... no. no, no, no. No. Oh, there we got the groove. So yeah, I'd say the machining on this is not that great. The build of it's alright, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, so that makes it a bit pointless. So you can see that the pump's build quality is it's okay, but it's not brilliant. But yeah, it's been a weird 2024 for me. I'm always kind of not so great around winter anyway, because I get seasonal depression. I just want to go into sort of hibernation mode, and that sort of 3 or 4 weeks of just dreary rain really didn't help, because I couldn't go out because I couldn't do any artwork, because I can't do that when it's chucking it down. And I did work on videos, but it kind of left a massive sort of shortfall, because I eventually posted all those videos over Christmas. And we've had like 6 subscribers leave because I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks, which is a bit depressing. It's sort of the algorithm and the audience. It's like, give me more content, more content. I want more content. It feels like I'm scrambling up a bank that's sort of caving in, because it's like, to get any form of monetization, I have to get more subscribers, I have to do more videos, but it's kind of, I feel like I'm going backwards at the moment. So there's been a bit kind of burnout, especially around the trip, which went very wrong. It was very much like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? You know, they're not paying you, you know, yet. But yeah, so, and then I come back to this and find this doesn't work properly. It was just like, really? But look, one good thing is I lost my wireless mic during the trip, and someone found it and is sending it back to me shortly after buying a new one, or a cheaper version. So at the moment I'm sort of wired up, and hopefully it's recording. So I hope all of yours 2024s is a lot better than mine, and let me know in the comments how it's going. It's been a weird one. Apologies for not doing more videos, but as I say, events and various things have put me in the hole. And I got one of my videos pulled from a Facebook group because they were going, this is commercial promo. And I'm like, I really wish it was. I really wish it was, because then I would at least be making something. But I'm very much not. I do have some very big videos planned for this year, so keep subscribed and watch this space. And if you like it, you like this video, find it useful, not only it would be helpful if I've saved you some money, maybe tip me a bit of money, ko-fi.com TGB Arts, but also if you can like and subscribe, it helps the channel. And you can see a video in the center now, the review I did of the Light Tour mattress, which is kind of related to this. It's why I bought this. So good to see you on board, because it's going to be a big 2024. Hopefully, if nothing else goes wrong. It will. It's just, it's up from here, I think.